We're away.
We're ready. I don't know how to sit.
Should we be... maybe should...
There we go.
We're very cosy in
This
that.
I feel like
Paula Yates and... What was that?
I have no idea who Paula Yates is, by the way.
Big Breakfast. Chris Evans, Big Breakfast. And they would do the interview on a double bed. I'm showing my age. All right, shut up.
I feel like I'm sat like draw me one of your French girls. I got the logo in as well. Yeah. See that? Anyway, you all right?
Have you pressed record?
Yeah, this is recording, mate.
So, does anybody know what I'm talking about? The interview with Paula Yates, and I'm sure it was Big Breakfast. I'm sure. Anybody, please comment below and tell me what that was and put me out of my misery. So I am joined today. I'm in Dan Parkinson's studio, and I'm joined by
Dan Parkinson.
Dan Parkinson.
Hello, you're right.
Thank you, Dan.
That's all right.
So I've asked Dan if we can have a chat because we've had lots of bits and pieces to do with rocks over the years, haven't you?
Yeah. I think I did the first one.
Yeah.
Me and my sister did the first one.
And with Dirty Dead.
And with Dirty Dead, yeah.
And Ian Easton.
Yes, Ian Easton, the Widowmakers.
So you did in the first weekend. You were in 3 different bands. I'm sure there's a name for that.
Yeah, a band slut.
Yes.
Oh man!
What did you just say? Paint me like one of your French girls.
Paint me like one of your band sluts.
Right, let's keep it clean.
Right.
Let's keep it clean because it's probably going to be a Friday morning.
Yeah. A Friday morning. All right.
Yeah.
Kids will be in school, won't they? Should
this
be.
Is true.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, definitely. Don't miss school to watch this interview.
Yeah.
So this year you had a major part because Jeff, we've spoken about the song. You know the song is out. You can download the song. You can listen to the song. But Dan is the guy who produced the song, and you did quite a bit of. You didn't do all the composition, but you did a bit of it, didn't you?
I did. Well, Jeff came to me with basically a fully finished song. He just needed it to be sort of produced and sort of built up into a real song in a way. So my job then was, I sort of play it down and I say, yeah, I'm just the guy that presses the buttons. But when Jeff's not here and when you guys aren't here doing the vocals, I'm here editing everything and mixing it all and making it all sound nice.
You do a lot with your arms.
I do a lot with my arms. Make sure I've got to conduct everyone.
Yeah, and you're quite a perfectionist actually, Dan.
I think so. I think I've got better. I don't think being a perfectionist is necessarily a good thing because it sort of stops you doing what you want to do.
Maybe I should say you're creative.
Yeah.
Is that better? I didn't mean that's interesting, isn't it? I didn't mean perfectionism and that's a bad thing, but maybe you take a lot of pride in what you do, and like it's got your name on it, therefore it's going out the way you want it.
Yeah, and it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Whatever's going to go out, it's going to be good. It's not going to be half-arsed or should I bleep that out? Should I bleep out the arsed?
No, keep it in. Keep an arse in.
Yeah. You know, I love working on people's music. You're saying a perfectionist, that is, that can be seen as a good thing, but it can also be seen as a bad thing because it does stop you from finishing what you want to do, really. If you're trying to make a song and it's not quite perfect in your head, well, it's going to be perfect to someone.
Yeah. I
have got a lot better. I used to be way worse with it and everything was scrutinised, but now I'm very much like, oh, that'd be fine. Yeah, great. Sounds great. Yeah, next thing.
Talking about the song is we've had loads of really good feedback. So you
wicked.
Absolutely have done an amazing job.
Well, that's down to Jeff. I just press the buttons.
And twiddle the knobs and wave your arms.
Twiddle the knobs and wave my arms and make coffee.
But as well as producer, like you work with Badly Drawn Boy, don't you?
Yeah, so that's my so I'm a session musician really. So that's sort of with the producer and session stuff kind of comes together. It means that like someone like Jeff, who doesn't play all the instruments can come to me. I've got a song idea and then I can create it into a full song just, in this one room. And the Badly Drawn Boy thing sort of plays on my session musician side. So I sort of turn up and there's a band there and I just sort of like have to get the band all together and get interlocked into that band. Those sorts of scenarios, you can't really be a perfectionist because it's not your project really. It's like you've
got to fit in rather.
You've just got to fit in than try and you make your part the best it can be. But the other thing is you're not there to produce or write the songs. You're there to be a guitar player and be the best guitar player you can be at that point.
So do you session on just the guitar? Because I've got a funny feeling it's not just the guitar you session on.
No, I do guitar, keys, drums, bass. I've been known to play in a few bands around Andover, like playing drums and playing bass for them and stuff. I haven't played for you guys yet.
No, you haven't.
Maybe we have to lock Andy in a toilet and then I'll come and play guitar. I'm not as good as him though, so
I think we might have something to say about that. Maybe we'll have a night where we've got 2 guitars. Maybe we'll have keys.
Yeah.
Why didn't we have keys one night?
Yeah, you could have keys.
Tipsy Gypsies with added keys.
I think that's Becky outside.
Think so.
Should we get her in the video?
Yeah.
It'd be quite funny.
We'll watch her come in and we'll surprise her. James Martin,
that's a fun gig.
You've said that really before. Fun. Why is it so fun?
Because he's so new to playing guitar, but he's good, but he's really like, he's not a musician. So we kind of go into that project, it's just a fun project. It's just like, there's no one's expecting him to be, there's no pressure really. No one's expecting him to be the next Andy Deans. Do you know what I mean? So you get to go in and we just play covers, and we get to play food festivals and pub in the park and all that kind of stuff.
Fun gigs.
Yeah, just fun party gigs really. They're really good. And I play keys for that.
Okay.
So that's one of my keyboard gigs. No, it's quite funny that you've just turned up. You may as well get involved.
Maybe.
We are sitting we're about to Netflix and chill. A little bit.
Well, you did just ask me to draw you like a French girl.
I did just ask you to join that.
Hey girls.
Hey
boys.
What was the Paula Yates when she used to interview on a double bed?
Oh yeah.
See, I didn't make it up.
Should we, if we've edited this and then you just appear on the sofa, we should probably introduce you as well, to the video.
And just arrived halfway through, because, she likes to make an entrance, does our Becky, is design goddess Becky Speculo. Hello.
Hi.
You just come to see the studio, haven't you, really?
I did. Yeah.
No,
it is a cool studio.
Yeah,
in fact,
nice,
while we're talking about the studio, you provide space for practice here, don't you?
Yeah. So I've got a few bands recording, songwriting as well.
I heard there's a band called the Tipsy Gypsies that come in and practice.
They're pretty good. They come and wreck the joint every
week.
Do
they? Yeah. Oh my God. You hear that? Tipsy Gypsies.
In fact, you guys are the only band that wash your mugs up after you've...
Results. So, Dan, a little birdie came and whispered in my ear that you're working with The Cure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good gig. I'm really out.
Hold on, good.
Oh,
good.
Well,
Are you underplaying this? You're working with The Cure.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're one of the biggest bands in the world. I'm excited about it because it's an amazing place to be in the world. But I'm being Simon's bass tech for their tour. And it's just kind of came about. Simon got in contact about getting some basses set up because I do bass and guitar setups as well for people. Yeah. And then we just sort of stayed in contact. And then last year he said, "Do you want to come on tour and be my bass tech?" And I was like, "Yeah."
How long did it take you to answer yes? Was it like a split second?
It did take a few seconds. No, I did think about it for a while because it's a really hard juggling act when you're doing session work because you're constantly darting around these different bands, and if they overlap at any point, you might lose the job.
See, whenever I always used to, before I got more involved with music than I am now, I'd think, touring, that must be so glam, so cool. But actually, the more I get involved in music, the more I realise that I'm sure there are fun elements, but the hard work and toil and blood and sweat that must go into being on tour is so underrated. The thing we always say on tour is touring is boring. Because 90% of it is quite boring. 10% of it is the best job in the world. It's incredible. You get to hang out with cool people and play shows every night and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of it is just sitting on a motorway like this. Or falling asleep because you haven't slept through adrenaline.
Yeah, because you haven't slept, yeah. And that's the hardest bit when you get to the gigs and you set up. Well, as you know, being in a band, the fun part is sometimes setting up. Because then you haven't seen the band for a while and then you're chatting. Then you play the gig and it's oh my God, it's amazing. And then 2 songs towards the end, you think, we've got to pack up in a minute. Then we've got to get it all back in the car.
And you're already in that mental sort of... Which leads me actually on to sort of the last part of the interview, because a while back you did some podcasts on mental health, the correlation on mental health and music. And I feel really passionately about how music can influence recovery and mental health. That's part of my journey and why Rocks exists.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the correlation between music and mental health?
I think because it is seen as such a good job to have, and you always seem to be playing. So everyone seems to think, right, it's always fun. It's always going to be the fun part of the job. But someone like Robert Smith, he's got to go home and put the bins out. He's got to pay the window cleaner. He's got to clean up tidy his bedroom. There's all sorts of that kind of stuff to there's normal everyday life stuff. And it's really hard going from that high adrenaline of a show to just the mundane, boring stuff. And even the sort of even further down when you're going into like the depressing sort of state. It's really hard to like balance that, because I spoke with one girl on the podcast that she played Wembley Stadium, but she was also going through one of the hardest breakups of her life. So on stage it was all glitz and glamour and oh my god, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing. And then she literally said, she says this on the podcast, as soon as she got off stage, she just went back to the tour bus and she just like cried all the way home. And so it's trying to juggle that work home life balance is really, it's quite more difficult than you think, because as a musician people just think they're playing all the time, because you grow up and you're playing your guitar, you're playing a gig later. It's always seen as like a playful fun job, but it is very hard. The bits on stage are the easiest bits, weirdly.
Yeah,
they're the
well, that's when you
bits.
can put the act on, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when you turn into
you can be the
session musician
persona.
or whatever. Yeah,
but I don't know about you, but I certainly find music changes my mood. Sometimes it will regulate my emotion.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if we were chatting earlier and I'd said about I stuck a song on in the car and I drove like a lunatic.
Yeah.
Because there's certain pieces of music that will send adrenaline through me. And I'll get that in the band. There's certain songs that we hit, and just something happens, and I'm gone. I'm away.
Well, there's some songs I can't listen to when I'm away from home, because it'll hit that one chord, and I'll just think about my family and everyone back at home, and I'm in the middle of some venue in Sweden, which sounds great, but like when everyone's at home having fun and they're going to parties and going to like weddings and stuff, and you're missing out because you got to stand on stage for 2 hours and
for everybody else's entertainment.
For everyone else's entertainment, it's it can be quite hard. But like I said, I don't. I'm so lucky to be doing this job, and I feel like I work hard enough to blag my way through it. But I do know that I'm very lucky to be able to do this, and I'm not taking anything away from it, because it is an amazing job. But there are parts of it that are like, okay, this is really hard now. There's like parts where you go, oh great, I've made enough money this week to sort me out. That's great. Oh, what am I doing next week? Oh, and the week after, and the week after that, I've got nothing in. Yeah,
there's not that stability.
There's not that stability of like, whenever I buy a new piece of equipment, which you think like for a musician that should be quite normal, I really think about it, because I'm like, right, can I really afford to buy this pedal for this tour or whatever? Because I don't know if I'm going to get the money next week. And
the tour's not tough. For 2 months' time, but I need it now to practice. And
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many different sides to it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you.
Andover rocks.
Oh, yes.
The reason we're here.
Why am I here? What am I doing? And look. Dan has got a hoodie on.
Get the badge out.
What are you going to say?
Badge. Badge.
This was going far too well.
Because we talked about the track that's been playing on Andover Radio all day.
We probably didn't give it as much.
Has it been playing on Andover?
It went out today.
And it's
Did it?
Again this afternoon.
Whoa,
Yeah.
We're famous. Well, the producer's not famous. But you sang on it. Why don't you talk about singing on it? Because you didn't want to do it.
It's not that I didn't want to do it. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I get really bad imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, everyone does. Like, we all get that. And I'm not belittling the fact that you get it, but that's quite a normal thing.
I find it very hard to deal with that. Mm-hmm. In lots of areas of my life, it's such a challenge.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying, everybody expects. Oh, you're MJ. You're this. You're that. You're this. I'm also MJ, who has days where I think the duvet just stays on my head, or I have to do the bins in my pajamas, or the laundry is so overwhelming that I just think, where the fuck do I start with this? So MJ is all these things
different
to
people
other
in
people, and when you think about the roles in your life, I'm mum, wife, daughter, sister, auntie, godmum, friend. It's all those different roles. Manager at work. And you have all these different roles, as well as the fabulous music that you're doing as a hobby. And then I decided to create Andover Rocks, and
just to put more work on you.
Just to push yourself out your
I've not got enough going on. I need to put on a full festival, not just a gig.
Hold on, this was interviewing you, not me.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about me. My favourite board game is...
Oh yeah, you are keen on board games.
I am, yeah.
What is your favourite board game?
Good question, thanks for asking. At the minute, I've got a game called Pergola, which is good. It's about like growing a garden. And then a game called Heat, which is like an F1 type game. But I'm not really into F1, but it is just a really good game.
Board game.
Yeah, board game, yeah.
We should do that for Christmas.
We could have a Christmas party here.
Christmas party, yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to have a Christmas party with Dan?
Here
In the studio, and we'll get the board games out.
Yeah.
Comment below.
I want to know what the insects are. What your interest with.
They're from my mum's shop. My Fab Find. Yeah, someone sells them at my
Shameless
mum's
plug.
shop. Don't you have rehearsal in a minute?
Yeah. We're gonna go. We've got to wrap up now, Dan,
All right.
because Tipsy Gypsies are in here.
Go
on
listen
Wednesday.
to the song. Go listen to the track.
Practicing here. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you sticking around for their rehearsal? They'll charge you to get in though. It's a fiver.
It's very loud. I don't get it here, right?
It's very loud, yeah. Andy plugs his guitar in. What was I going to say? Go listen to the song. It should be on Spotify by now.
Have you put it on Spotify?
I'll put it up tonight. I'm going to put it up tonight.
Impressive, Dan.
You've done the artwork. You sent me that. You've sang on it. Andy Dean's played guitar on it. Jeff Rollins wrote it. Who else did the gang
Played the
vocals?
bass.
Jeff played bass
You
and
played-
guitar.
You played drums.
I played drums on it.
Paul G. Wilson.
Paul did the main
G.
vocal.
Wilson he did a great job on the main vocal.
Main vocal.
Mark Farron. Did I see Mark Farron in your
He
studio?
did the mob. With
Yeah, he was
Lisa
in the-
Allen, Eda Cohen,
Jeff.
Jeff. That's
Yeah,
it.
Jeff was in there
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, it's good. And what I liked about it, when I first heard the song and when I heard the lyrics, I thought, well, okay, this is about community and bringing people together. So I didn't want to just do everything myself and then send it off and go, right, that's the song done. So I wanted to get people involved. And that's sort of one of the roles of a producer, is to go, okay, who's going to fit this part of the song? Who's going to be able to play the guitar solo? Yeah, Andy Dean did the guitar solo. Yeah, that was part of my job as well, just sort of managing that and getting people together, which is all part of the fun, really. Like,
It was a great project.
yeah, it was fun.
I love the fact you made me sound like Miley Cyrus / Phoebe Nicks. That was just the best.
Yeah, that was good.
I can listen to my voice.
And Marie's note at the end in the last chorus is like, so good. Each take gets longer as well. How are you doing it?
22 beats.
22
beats. That's all me.
22 days long. She recorded it.
It's not edited. It's not edited.
If you listen carefully, you can still hear it going.
3 weeks
You
later,
can still hear it going.
still resonating in my brain.
Yeah.
Strangled angel.
Rock with us. Go listen to it.
Thank you very much, Dan Parkinson.
No worries. Thank you for having me at my own studio.
Thanks for letting me be a late coming.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And we'll paint him like a French boy anytime.